Hello everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost, working on a new journal now, but today I'm going to show you 3 easy things that anybody can make that are useful to put in a junk journal. And when I first started making junk journals, I thought everything had to have a purpose or use, and so these are some of my earlier ideas, and they're very simple. Commonly made in the junk journal world, but kind of fun as an individual collection here. If you want to get started, if you don't know where to start and you feel like you need to put things that have merit in your junk journal, they don't, but meaning they don't have to have purpose or use. Think of things like a picture on a wall doesn't technically have a use. I guess you could take it down and bop somebody over the head with it, but not normally done. So these are things that actually have a use. All right, so the first one is a bookmark. This was just made from items from my scrap pile. And one I placed eyelets and one I didn't. I wanted to show you the difference and what that looks like. I think I like it better with the eyelets. And I used one of these little gizmos. We are memory keepers. This is a crocodile, the original crocodile, the short one. Not crocodile, but crocodile, C-R-O-P as in Peter. And very good for setting eyelets and punching holes. Okay, so there you go. There's that. And then the second, so this particular one, I made a pocket out of a DigiKit printable and just tucked a piece of vintage ephemera in there. This is a tea card from Britain. And the back, this page is actually from a 1920s book. It's on latitudes and longitudes, and I thought it was really cool. I just loved the numerical numbers, and also there's zodiac. I think those are zodiac signs, and just different symbols of things. So I just thought symbols and numbers and formulas are kind of cool. And same thing with this one. I made this into a little pocket. This was dogs and butterflies, and this one I don't remember. It's one of the floral ones, but bear with me. There's over 350 now, so sometimes I forget what picture came from what. But if I figure it out, I'll put the link down below. Okay, so, and the second thing, this is a magnet. I know, right? Useful. You could put it on your fridge. You could hang up the kids' or grandkids' artwork with it. Just be careful if you've got children around. You don't want them to eat magnets. It's not good for them. But, let's hope they have enough sense not to eat a magnet. So just be mindful of that. But a useful item that could go on your fridge as an adornment, something pretty and something cute. And the third item is, it's actually the card, not the envelope, but I did make this little envelope, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to pretty much accommodate most odd-sized cards that we might make with our scraps that we have lying around. Okay, so this little card, I tried to make it a little bit, okay, so this is what I was trying to avoid. I know what it is, my glue stack, that's what it was. Okay, a little bit bigger than the actual card, because sometimes if you make it right to the flush with the card, it's hard to get it out. Okay, so this is just a simple card. This was a piece of leftover cardstock. There was something here on the cardstock, something on the front, and something here. So I just covered them and made a cute little gift card, greeting card. I did put a button on it, so I probably wouldn't recommend putting this one through the actual real mail. But if this is flat, as if there was no button, it wouldn't get jammed in the mailing system. So you could, if you sealed it, you could definitely mail that to somebody. So you can always do a test one to yourself to double check. So this is the current journal that I'm working on. And this, I had a beautiful piece of fabric. It was a tablecloth, which had a beautiful embroidered pattern on it. And I wrapped it around the spine, and there's a little bit of overlay on the back. So this is what she looks like. And she has 4 signatures in here. And so she's a little bit bigger than normal. I took some, let's see if I can show you. Yes, some particular quilting fabric to bind the spine with, and then I add some left over, so I made some just general easy to make page tabs on the different sections in the junk journal. So just a nice place to start from. So these items are going to go inside this journal. I don't know what this one is going to look like at the end. It might not look anything like this at the end, so let's just wait and see. But okay, so let's clear the decks and let's make some of these. We've got bookmarks and a magnet and a quickie handmade card. All right, just put those over there. I'm going to move this because I need my crafting space. And you would have been so proud of me. I really went through my craft room and cleaned up a lot. All the horizontal surfaces are now my friend. I should remind me to take some photos of it. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I am taking photos. I just haven't posted them yet. But the big one I did yesterday was cleaning out my steamer trunk down below, which was twice as high as the steamer trunk, covered in stuff. So I got it down to the level, a little below the level of the steamer trunk, and everything else just got placed elsewhere. Who are we kidding? But it feels organized now. Okay, so let's work from our scrap pile, because really paper is paper. It doesn't matter whether we call it a scrap or not. Let's see what I have in here, which is unusual. Okay, I have some of these. These are coffee dyed purple pages, and I think they're in my scrap pile because they got stuck together. Okay, so that doesn't necessarily mean this paper is out of the woods. It's actually made it a little bit thicker than normal, which is good. So I think I'm going to grab my craft knife and my metal ruler, and we're just going to make, and I might even fold it in half to get it to be a little thicker than normal. Let's do that actually. Let's do that first. Let's fold this whole conglomeration in half. Now the edges are not lined up neatly, but that's okay. I want you to see, you probably already know this if you're a crafter, but sometimes folks need inspiration. So here we go. And this is how it's done in my house. We just go for it. That's kind of what we do. The we would be me. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to get myself a nice even top here. Okay. And then using this mat to square off. It's a cutting mat, which makes it kind of nice and easy to work with. And I want to be straight flush along the line here. And then, can you see all this? Yes. Little point at top, little point at the bottom, then they line up. And if I do this, that's where the straight magic should happen without really measuring formally, which I love. I love that. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to make it, should I make it a little shorter? I don't know. I kind of like it long. Let's see. How long is it for the journal? Sometimes you just want to, maybe a little. Okay. We'll just cut a little waft of it off on the end. Squaring it off here, and then aligning it with a line up here and a line down here, and then using the craft knife nice and slow. Okay, so now this one actually opens and closes. I'm going to use the Crocodile Big Bite to maybe round the corners. That'd be cute. Now the other ones I sewed. I'm not going to sew these, so you can see an alternative, but these were sewn around. It was just easy to do. I just glued the back page onto, this was a green file hanging folder, an antique, and a vintage one. And I love that it's like working with cardstock. It's a little thicker than regular paper, gives you some structure, but this is regular copyweight paper, but it's 2 pages stuck together, and then I'm going to glue them together. So there's going to be extra thickness here, so it'll be stronger. And now you could open this and have it be a little, you know, all sorts of things on the inside, but this is just going to be a traditional bookmark. And this is just something easy anybody can make. And a strong feeling, I'm gluing on my new mat. I'm going to try and be good about it and wipe up the glue as I glue. We'll see how long that goes on for. I know, right? I did grab some alternative glue papers. Here, look at that. Look how fast I produced that. But you know why? Because I cleaned up. That's right. Because when you clean up, you find things. It's like shopping at home. Boy, all of a sudden you have stuff you totally forgot you had. It's great. All right, so, and I think the most important thing here is you want to make sure that all your layers got glued. And I am sorely missing that point here. So we're just going to go back in and glue them. That's right. And just check and check. Okay. Check. Okay, here we go. There's need some little love and attention in there. Okay, there we go. Everybody's good. Okay. that in there, little area there. And if you could sew around it to give it more shape and form, but you don't have to. And if you want to secure seal it, you could add some washi tape or something like that, or fabric. Let's see if I've got some pretty washi tape that might go along nicely here. Oh, this is kind of cool. I'm going to use this one a lot. Okay, this is like a script one. And let's just do that, maybe as long as that is. I did round the corner, so that'll be a little bit of a thing. Okay, it's going to be a thing, but we're going to get through it. It'll be all right. Yeah, that's what Sunny says. It's going to be all right. All right, and just make sure you get it all over, because, you know, washi tape is low-tack tape, so we don't get angry at it when it does not perform as promised. Well, it never promised more than low-tack tape, so let's give it that. Okay, we're giving it that. All right, here we go. Sealing our edge. And you could go around and do all edges like this. I like to kind of use the item to make the crease. That way you know you're nice and snug as a bug. And then come in here with, dare I say, some fussy cutting scissors, because you want to be nice and close and tight to the edge here, and make sure that your edges are sealed. Okay, just follow the line. Don't have to. It's not that hard of a cut, honestly. It's pretty easy. And there. All right. So now we have something that looks like that. All right. And if you want it to be even stronger, you can build upon it. Oh, look at this. I was just looking through my stuff I have, and apparently I was making flowers. Oh, that looks pretty. Let's do that. Okay, we'll do that. And see, I didn't even know when I was going to ever use this piece of a bed sheet. Apparently I was trying to draw some hand-painted flowers on strips of bed sheet. You know, one of those mask making projects you just have fun doing for a while, and then you're good to go. Yeah, you're good to go. Okay, let me get a little more off yonder bottom. There we go. So I hope you're having fun today. Hope your papers are calling you and you're playing, or you're thinking about playing, or you're doing something, planning in your mind what you're going to be doing on the craft table. Those are always good times. Sometimes getting the ideas is as fun as making it. So let your imagination run free. I can check both sides. This has a little more intensity. Maybe we'll go with that. That looks kind of cool. I like that. Okay. And I am going to use the Scotch Create Glue Stick, but now they have Scott. Is that it? Oh, here it is. This is probably the one you're going to get if you order it. I think they switch bottles, but this is what you get 9 times out of 10 instead of this. I think they don't make this labeling, or they change the glue, but it seems really similar. I think both are okay for our needs. It's stronger than a regular glue. It's stronger than a glue that you would get at the Dollar Tree, stuff like that. So it's good for light fabric projects and your regular traditional gluing. It seems to hold. That's what I'm saying. It's got some oomph to it. Yes, it does. Okay. So there. Now the fabric itself is giving it a little bit more structure, and you could keep going with the structure. Nobody's gonna ever stop you from building more structure into the pie. Now, sometimes your pie needs more structure. How about this? That's kind of cool. Here's some old coffee dyed paper that landed in my scrap pile, but it's got lines on it. So that means we could put it on here. That'd be cool. All right. So let me fold this up a little bit. Oh, I think I can take this. That's where it was attached to the pad. All right. And it's right there. Okay, got that. Nice creasy crease. If we back crease it, it should be easy to tear. Oh, she said that. Now she's going to set herself up for something. Okay, using the fingernail crease. All right, here we go. Hold your back. No, not tearing these. Oh, okay, here we go. Sometimes you get a little starter tear. And then just hold your fingers really close to where the paper is separating, and that reduces your risk of tearing any paper, really. Okay, trying to give you any little tips and tricks that are created along the way. Okay, so we have that. I could just flip this up and I could have a pocket. Oh, that'd be cool. All right, why don't I do that? Maybe I'll flip it down. Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. All right, but first we must ink. I don't know why, but we must go forth in ink. No, we don't have to ink, but sometimes when we do, we feel very inky. Yes. I know. If there's something about, I don't know, this little gizmo, and then you're crafting along doing the ink maneuver, and I just feel like I'm crafting, like I'm making something when I'm doing this. It's not mandatory. I always say that, but I do enjoy a good ink. But sometimes you can over ink. You can exhaust yourself with the inking, so don't do that. You don't want to over ink. And the over inking is not onto your work. It's in your mind or in your brain or in your imagination. And you're like, oh, I got to ink again. If you find yourself saying that, you need to stop inking, sister, brother, whatever. You just got to back away from the table and stop inking. But if you're like, hey, I don't mind a good ink or two. Yeah, life can be good. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to be very careful doing this because this paper is a little bit more brittle because it was coffee dyed and then baked, and I just, put it through the mill, and I'm asking a lot of it to maintain integrity while I run it over with a glue stick. Okay, but that's all right. It seems to have held up to its bargain and didn't know it was going to be its day to play, but it is now adding structure and, just gotta glue that down. Now to get that fine tip, I wanted to let you know this. Okay, so I was going to buy fabric tack because it seems to be more easily accessible. But when I did a deep dive and I looked at Amazon and I looked at Etsy and where else did I look? Oh, eBay. I found Fabrifix for a couple bucks less, and I buy it by the 12 box, which is maybe more than we really need, but and maybe my glue will dry out with time, but I think that they did. Maybe I could be wrong, but I think they put a thinner schnozzle on the end. This cap is definitely new to me because it's probably been 100 years since I bought my other Fabrifix, but this was like $4 less when I bought the 12-pack case or something. So just FYI, shop around, see what you can find out there. There are deals. But honestly, between Fabri-Tac and I have used them both, and I've used 3-in-1, Be Good 3-in-1 glue. They're all made by the same company, but for my purposes, I do not notice a difference. So there you go. That's all I have to say on that matter. Oh, little leafies. Those are cute. I just took some rubber stamps in different colors, apparently. Oh, those, that wasn't one rubber stamp dipped multicolors. It was one peg stamp gone along. I did a few green ones, then I did a few brown ones. That's how that happened, in case you were wondering. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cute. All right, so every time you add something, you're adding a little bit more thickness and structure. So it's okay. So we're playing with a couple of little thingies today just to see how far we can take this and how much fun you can have with this one piece. Remember, it's not a rush. It's not an well, I know sometimes it feels like it is when you've got a holiday coming or a birthday coming and you need to crank out a journal, but remember the whole purpose of this is to have fun. And if you find that you're getting too stressed out by the whole process, get out of the store and get them a box of chocolates or something. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to produce a journal. Journals are like works of art, and they do require thought and commitment and effort. And if you find yourself rushing to beat the clock, think about what you're doing and if you're stealing your joy. Yeah, so keep it fun. You can always get a box of chocolates, okay? Or a gift card or something like that. All righty there. So I have an element of fabric on the front and on the back. So there's a little uniformity going on here, okay? I feel like I need more ink on here. There's not enough. Oh my gosh, I'm in ink withdrawal. There, I need more. There, oh yeah, now we're looking vintage. And you can ink on washi tape, even though it's kind of waxy, and it's often waxy. It's not always, but I can hear you out there, Sally. I can hear you. You too. Yeah, I heard that. All right, now let me go around and ink this side, because apparently I've been slacking on the inking. But now I've got a regular, not a regular, but a reliably strong piece of work here that will weather being a bookmark. Now let's just talk about bookmarks in general. Couple of things. You can be done You don't have to do any more than this. You don't even have to do all of this. But basically, a bookmark can just be a piece of paper that's probably a little thicker than regular paper. It doesn't have to have a topper. It doesn't have to be any particular width or length, although there are traditional sizes, but you are not locked into traditional sizes. Remember, you are crafters. That means you can go wherever you want in your imagination. So if you want an extra long bookmark, by golly, you can have it. Okay, so then I wanted to show you, where's the other one? Oh, here, okay. Normally, when I'm making a journal tag or a bookmark, I'll use this name tag lanyard punch that has the long oval, but maybe you don't have this. But odds are you probably have one of these, and this will work just as well. Okay, so that's got to be the up. Okay, and I'm just going to put one in here. Oh, great, I got to go. Oh, now see, now I got to go through material, which it's not going to be happy about, so I'm going to have to help it. Okay. All right, there we go. Did I help it enough? Now I've quagmired myself, haven't I? Well, okay, so we'll get out of this one. Don't worry. All right. Oh, yep, it went. Now I just got to get it off of there. Okay, see, it's easier said than done. You think, oh, yeah, she's through. No, now she's in real trouble. Now we're stuck. Okay, so the little foot didn't come out, so I'm going to try and shove it through. Here, let's try this. Maybe we can free it that way. Well, maybe. It did move. I think the fabric is stuck right there. Yep. Foiled by my own design. Look at that. So maybe don't put the fabric where you're going to put the punch. How about that? Lesson of the day. Maybe I can saw it off. How about that's tactic number 2? This thing's probably from the 80s, and oh, maybe I can pop it through on this side. Okay. There you go. Oh, I could be cutting through paper. It's only paper. It's only paper. It's only paper. Ah. Okay. Oh, we might be moving on to project number 3. Hang on. All right, hang on. There's got to be a way out of this. All right, let me try this. Going in deep here. Use it close. Oh, did I bust my scissors? Probably. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. Don't do this at... Oh, I'm out. Am I out? It looks like it. Don't do this, don't kids. Oh, I jabbed my thing. I'm almost out. Maybe I should just tear it. I'm at this point, like, I'm stuck. I'm like literally stuck. Okay, you know, I don't have to tear it, Pam. You don't have to tear it. This, I can cut my way out of it because I've got enough room there now. Oh, I'm out. Am I out? Oh, come on. What's too close? Oh, I think yeah, I'm out. Okay, so, okay, now I have that little issue, but that's okay. You know why that's okay? Because we're going to repair that. And let's see, we're going to look at the scrap pile and see what we see. All right, I might even go for, yeah, some more material. Why not? Hey. Okay. How about this? That's not bad. Kind of in the same color family a little bit. I only need a little bit. I don't need much. Okay. So this is how we're going to get out of that. Because that could happen to anybody, right? Right? Now I don't hear anybody. They're like, well, we saw that coming. Sister, you're going to be in big trouble when you try to cut that with the old 1980s circle punch. And, okay, let's just clear away the debris. Let's just rid ourselves of that nonsense. Where's the one I just tore off? Is this it? Seems kind of fat, maybe. Okay, let me just make like a, oh, you know what I could do? Yeah, all right, okay, let's just shorten this up a bit. Let's tear that. Okay, completely changing the design concept here. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. All right, we're gonna put our lid on that for now. We're gonna grab our big gun. Fabrifix. Fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper, clear silicone glue. Not sponsored. Okay. Let me put this down here. Oh, and if you find like your quilting cotton does weird stuff like that when you're trying to work with it, you give it a little water spritz and everything's going to be just fine. And the nice thing about working with silicone glue is it doesn't care whether something is damp. You can just keep on going. I'm all about that. Okay, so let me measure another one because I want another one this size. Okay. Because I'm going to match them back to front. But then I'm going to put a little loopy in there. So maybe you don't have any punchers, or you just want to do something different. Here we're doing something different. This is how it happens. That's as fast as things happen around here. You go in with one plan, you come out with 37 other things. All day long, people. All day long. And that's normal. Oh, that's interesting. Let us go ahead and glue this. I want to glue the bottom. I want to glue the whole thing, actually. All right, I'll glue the bottom and the top. How about that? Now the top hasn't, no, don't let it stick to it. You're just covering the hole. Okay. All right, there. So I got half up in the air. See that? This guy is going to come along and meet him. Oh, look, I have some residual failed circle punch issue there. We handled that very nicely, though. And then this one at the bottom. Okay. Now, don't seal it up yet. Okay, no, not yet. Okay, match it up, put it down, but then peel it open. Okay, then you're going to get another one of these. I don't know, maybe that long. Pretty much close to the same thing. You don't even need it as long. Well, it depends how long you want your loop. We're just making a loop. I'll make it a little longer because I don't know. And I'm going to give it that water spritz because that really does help. It just gets rid of all the wrinkles instantly. Love that. And, okay. So now, with our said glue, I'm going to put more glue here because I don't see it anymore. Okay. We're going to form a loop. And one part of the loop is going to go on this side. And the other part of the loop, we're going to rest that down. Flushy, flush, flush. And this is going to come up and sandwich meet that. So you get where I'm going here? We just created a little... It's almost like a page tab loop. Okay, that's what we got. Okay, yeah. And if that looks wonky or weird, you can always trim it, make it look more like a journal tag topper or something. If you want, you don't have to, but if you wanted, you could. And you can come in and ink it. It will receive the ink well because it's damp. It makes it look a little bit more vintagey. Knock it down a little bit with some of the light color. All right, there we go. Now we have a little topper on our bookmark. And if you want, you could add more to the bookmark, but we're going to move on to see our next item. So just to compare, no, this one did have a pocket, so I did have a, there we go. I had a couple of things we could put in here, like here's another British Butterflies tea card. And here's an old Ridge Avenue, 10th and 11th Street, Railway only. Okay, there we go. So you can put those in there. And then they have a place to write if they want to write. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so let's just give that an example here. So somewhere in the book, this will lay. I can paper clip it on. I can tuck it into a pocket, into a belly band, to corner pocket. Lots of ways you can put that in there. Okay. We'll just put you here for now. Well, no, take you over here. You might be wet. Okay. Our next item up for bids is the, okay, we did you. The world famous, come on, magnet. Okay. So what you have to source, and it's out there, and you can Google it or Etsy it and stuff like that, or if I can find some, I'll put some in the products, but I've got this a long time ago. Okay, here's another place I got stuck. Okay, so I was using this stamp to cut out the shape. Now this one isn't bad. This was a known sticker. Hang on. There, but it does release. Okay, there we go. All right, so we'll probably make another one of those. So what I learned is that you want to, this is, I think, sticky tape paper under here. Let me see how sticky it really is. It's pretty sticky. Okay, so we're going to roll with that. So what I'm going to do, turn this over to the white side. And what are we going to do? If I take that off, it'll stick to the punch. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to leave it right where it is. That's what I did with this one. I didn't peel it off. I left it right where it was. Something is telling me that's the way to go here. And Here's a nice piece of old music. That might look really cool. Okay, so let's take this. Oh, legato. Let's go with legato. Isn't that like smooth as opposed to staccato? Okay. Flashbacks from music class years ago. The bulk of my little shape, I think, can go here. I don't really need all of this. I'll lose legato. That's all right. We'll just color where we think we should. Put a basic there. Okay. That's the glue stick. And now I'm applying this pretty paper this way. Okay. There. On there. See, I did take it over the edge a little bit, so I can remove that if my stamp won't go far enough. You know, I cleaned my desk. There was nothing on it, and it was so barren and scary looking. I wondered if I was going to be able to craft, but apparently I filled it up. Doesn't take long, people. Doesn't take long. Okay. Going in. And if you want to know where you're at, you come over here and look. See it? Now I think I'm not far enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to flip this over because the silver edge is a little sharper. There. Get rid of that. Now I can advance the stamp further. Okay. Now, okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to try to go here, close to the edge. Okay. And let's see what we got. Try and get the word legato in. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll try. Just want to get the flower on, most important. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Sounds like it jammed. Uh-oh. Well, let's see. Oh, maybe I got through. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Now that's probably stuck again. We'll figure that out later. But anyway, you can get this stuff in full sheets of magnet. And I also want to show you, this came scored. So I don't know exactly what these were for. Maybe words, and you could put different words on the different things, break it all up and put it on your fridge, and then you could make sentences of, you know, like little love notes to each other and stuff like that. Very cute. Okay, but this one is a flower. It's a flower magnet. Now we're going to ink it because that's what we do. Okay, here, gathered twigs. That's the current brown I've been using, although I just as much like walnut stain and vintage photo. I say this one's between the two, if you had to ask me. If you were asking me from way over there and I heard you, that's what I would say. So there. And now if you can just leave it like that, you're done. Or you could make a little focal point on it, which would be very cute. And I think like a little button would be adorable. I did put a little button on the other one. Okay, I'm over here with my buttons and I'm looking. I got a couple options. All right. I'm coming. Now I know. All right, I'm almost there. Okay. Okay, go. All right. So these are the contenders. And then there's this little bag of wooden pieces, which is so cute. And it has little, like there's that. Whoops. That's real pretty. Okay. So you could put something like that. Looks really pretty. That's very pretty. Very neutral looking. You could put a little button. That would look really adorable. I like that one a lot. You're really good. Here's a button I filled with stuff. Good. A little bumpy because of the thickness, so maybe not that one. You can go off the wall, something completely different, like a butterfly shape, neutral, or you could flip it over and do the colored side. Put a splash of color in the middle of your flower, which is totally allowable in the crafter world. That looks pretty too. I like that. And then a plain button, just very, very neutral, monochrome, nothing, nobody's screaming from the rooftops, look at me. It's just like, hey, I'm here on the sidelines, but I'm fine. I'll just take some tea, please. That's who this is. And then there's this one, which is that kind of little zebra. I kind of like that one. I think we're going to go with that one. You know, it's funny, if I watch the video, which I don't really do that often, but if I watch the video, I'll say, oh, I should have gone with the other one, because it looks different on video. It does. It's really kind of crazy. Okay. And there, that was pretty much it. So that's a fun and easy thing to do. And I didn't get any of the legato word, but gosh darn it, I tried. Okay, so that is number 2, complete. And then the card, which is pretty basic and simple, but I just want to show you the envelope trick. Is kind of fun. Okay, so nothing super fancy about it. Anybody can do this. So I had this weird little piece of cardstock left over. So let me go, I'm right here. My craft table is Okay, so here's some misprint DigiKits. Okay, so I ran out of ink or something. It was a clog. What I think I'm going to do is make this into the background of the card front. So is this a square piece of paper? We're going to find out. It's not square. I know that. It's going to be like one of these oblong dudes like this card. So I'm going to line it up as much as I can, fold it, and then bring in a big gun, the bone folder, because that gives a nice card crisp sharpness there. And then I'm just gonna go around and cut it so it's nice and even everywhere, because it's just not. Okay, can we just agree upon that? It's just not, and that would be my fault because I'm not a very good measurer. But thankfully, thanks to the power of the grid system, it can make anybody who doesn't like to measure into super measurer. Okay. So, okay. Now, since we're going to ink it, that's what we're going to do. You don't know where to start, you just ink. And you'll go places. Already, it's going to be great. Yeah, is there anything I have to cover on the inside? Just looking for future reference. No? Okay. I never know in the scrap pile. You never know what you're going to grab, but I try and use what I grab and turn it into something wonderful that it had no idea it was going to become. And then I feel good about using up my scraps. Nothing goes to waste. Everything's upcycled, recycled, reused. And really, what is one person's scrap is another person's treasure, right? Who are we kidding? Yeah. And somebody once said in a comment, you know, you have better scraps than I do. And I say, you're only limited to your imagination. So you look at your scraps with new eyes and you get out your stencils and your rubber stamps and you have a go at it. Speaking of that, let's grab a stencil because I found a bunch whilst I was cleaning. Yes, they were everywhere. I didn't know I had, so I have a lot. Okay, so maybe something, what's this? Hello, friend, hope, truth, remember moment. So that's very nice. That could probably be pretty nice for the inside. Maybe something like lightly, just lightly with the right paddle brush, which is here. This is the paddle brush of everything with a broken handle, and it's a multicolor, mostly brown. Let's see exactly if there's enough on here because I just want to do light. That's right. You don't always have to dig into the ink. There's a lot of ink right on your paddle brush. Okay. We're just going for a subtle something or other here. Let's see what we get. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. That's very good. Okay, we got a few nice words. Hello, truth, remember forever, moments, friend. Very nice. Okay, so now we have that. Okay, now here I think I need something a little bit more intense. So let's try this. Why not? I'm going to take this stencil, which is a mandala stencil. I'm going to plop it over the top of this whatnot. I'm going to wet this. I know. You think there's no ink in here? We'll find out. Okay. All right. Here we go. Ready? Yeah. Don't let us down. Oh, I can see some color coming out. That's good. It might look ridiculous, but we can still play with it. Now we're just making a weird background. Doesn't have to be anything at this point. We're completely non-committal. That looks pretty cool already. Get a wet wipe, Sally. Okay. Okay, I'm here. Here with the wet wipe. It's already, no. Okay, we're getting it. It's almost, yeah, not bad. Yeah, your craft mat's already dirty, sister. Who are you kidding? And you're wiping with the wet. Okay, it's starting to go away now. Just gotta scrub a little harder. Okay, now that's as pretty as it is. What am I gonna do about the back? Could do the same thing, or we could do something different. Why don't we do something different? Okay, let's just try a different one. There's this simple one. Nope, we need something bigger. Or something like that. I think I need something that covers the entire thing. How about this? Yeah, you've been around the block and back, haven't you? Okay, same concept. I don't know if there's enough left on here, but okay, we'll try. Okay, here we go. And push down. And go lightly at first and then just sort of circular motions seem to work well, give you a lot of coverage. And this is only one way to use a stencil, which there's 1,000,001 ways to use a stencil. So maybe we need to do a video on that, because buy one tool and you can use it a million different ways. That's a good investment. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah, that is kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's very pretty. Okay, so I know something is hearkening me to stick something right there. Okay, so I will. I'm going to grab something that we had. Should it be the butterfly? No, a little too noisy. Need something like more neutral. That's pretty. That is pretty. Okay, but then you have this competition. It could be that. Neutral. And then there's this. That's pretty too. So what would you say? This kind of goes with the same circular theme, but this sort of gives it something new and exciting to think about. Yeah. I don't know, I think maybe this one. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. All right, so I'm going to glue that down. And you can keep adding and layering. For example, this, I had a piece of tissue paper with some old string, a piece of a scrapbook paper, a DigiKit picture from Pretty Pink Flowers or Pretty Roses or something like that, and then a word. So yeah, you can keep going. Okay, I'm just gonna put you there for now. That's kind of cool. And maybe, what time is it? Oh, we're okay. We could add some bling. Now, this is always a little tricky, because I'm okay. If you just put down a tiny little dot, you don't need much. Nope. Put the 4. That's all you need for this one. 4. Okay, probably too much already, but that's okay. And you could do the same sizes, different sizes. You could do different sizes. I don't know. I'll do it because I only have 2 of the big ones left. One there. I'll go kitty corner with those. You could also do 2 of the bigger ones on the opening edge of the card if you wanted. But this is kind of a really cute way to have fun. See, when you give away your journal, you don't have to report how much fun you had. You know what? You're probably better off just saying, oh, it was so much work. There were so many decisions to be made. Let them, yeah, tell them that. Don't let them know how much fun you really had, because, you know, I don't know. Okay, you can let them know. Yeah, they're going to be able to tell by the look on your face. That silly, goofy grin. Yeah, that one. Okay, here we go. Now to make this lovely little envelope. Okay, so I took a piece of, I'm getting it now, hang on. Copy paper, 20-pound regular Amazon weight copy paper. The World of Nothing Fancy. Let me back up a bit. The World of Nothing Fancy. I'm going to put my lid on this so it doesn't dry. It's very good. Always like cross-check your glue stick and your silicone glue and stuff like that, because you don't want that to dry out. Okay, I'm going to make a square by raising this one corner, folding it at the very tippy corner, tip, and then I'm just going to cut this off. My cutter's right here. So I had my cutter on my table so I could show me cutting, but I got so much stuff. Got so much stuff on the table right now. I can't, there's no room. Okay, that's the way it goes around here. Okay, again. All right, so this is what we do. We put this in. All right, that's where the card's going to live. I'm going to fold that over. Yes, I know there's a bump in there, but it's going to be all right. Okay, and then we're going to take this. You can peek, but go maybe 1/4 of an inch to the right of it. Don't go all snuggly, buggly right next to the card, you know, bed sheet corners, hospital corner. Don't do that. No, because you'll never get the card in and out, or at least I won't. Okay. And you can test it to make sure. But here, you want to open this up, and you want to bring this little flapperoonie down. And I like to reveal the top of the card so that people can see something to grab. And with this, you can just fold it up, or you can fold it under. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. And if you feel bad, you can totally glue this down. If you want to come in here just so you can sleep nights, you just do it. Okay. All right. Now, you got this coming over here, and you get your bone folder to get that little crease-a-rooney. And this over here, same thing, bone folder, crease-a-rooney, and then you could do the little tuck. This is the tuckity-doo-dah of it all. Okay. And now if you really want to, you can come in here and glue all this down, because you're a glue fanatic. You can't stop gluing. It's okay. I like to glue too. Gluing, cutting, tearing. Some of my favorite things. Do you like gluing, cutting, and tearing too? Is it like a thing? So this kind of just sort of, by the time you squash this all together, it sort of sandwiches everything together. And you have secretly made another, there's like a little frontal pocket in here. If you want to tuck something else in there, you can totally do that. Okay, so it's like a double pocket. And then I would maybe bring it just past the little, there's little foldy things there. It's just going to strengthen the top of the envelope a little bit more. And it's going to make sure that your flap goes where it's supposed to. You always want your flap where it belongs. You know what I mean? In life, it's important. Okay, so now we have this. And at this point, we're just, you know, we're inking. What can I say? This is where we ink, everybody. We don't ink everybody. We just ink, comma, everybody. Like, are you still there? Did you fall asleep? Maybe. Well, if you craft with me, you won't fall asleep. Yeah, it's fun. And you could start now, and you could make all your little own Christmas cards, maybe for your presents and stuff like that. Wouldn't that be fun? Or birthday cards, little handmade cards. And like I said, you might want to test one in the mail to see if it'll make it. Maybe don't make it so bumpy if you're going to mail it. And this weight of paper should be fine because a lot of envelopes are actually thinner than this. A lot of cards are thinner than this. Remember, airmail paper, it makes it through the mail. So it's not the thickness of the paper. It's the bumpiness is a problem. And flat mails better. It just does. And then don't forget, you got to seal it if you want to do that. But since I'm not doing that here, I'm going to let this little guy live on here because he can be a little bit bumpier for inside the junk journal. So, yes. There, very cute. Little guy on the outside. And then on this side, I think I took, I had a couple of these. They're like, oh, I wanted to show you this little trick too. This, they're supposed to look like stamps, but when I was cutting them up, because they're not really looking like stamps, you get any little rectangular or square picture, and you grab your funky scissors, you know what I mean? You know, the little funky, did I hang them back up? That would be a miracle. Nope, here they are, right where I left them. Okay, what's that say? Laugh, dream, grow. Okay, if you use these deckled edge designer plastic scissors and just put a little deckled edge on it, it looks like a stamp. And it can be a big stamp or a little stamp, doesn't matter. It's not a real stamp, okay, let's just clarify, but it's stamp-like in the crafter world. And then you can take your beloved ink. Okay, maybe I need to get some more ink here. I could have re-wet this though, but it's okay to dip back into the old ink pad. You're going to have to reload your ink pad every once in a while too. Because it's going to be times you're going to forget. You're going to walk away and it's going to be sitting like that. You're going to come back 2 days later. It's going to be sitting like that. You know what happened. It got dry. The ink is still there. It just got dry. So all you got to do is add some little bit of spritz of water. And I'm going to glue that down there to look like a faux stamp, sort of coolish thingy-majing. And I'm going to use this a little not flat right now because of the little bumpy elements I have added. So, and you could turn this into a pocket. You could do a million things, but you know, as the day goes on, sometimes you just want to have a stamp, a whimsical stamp. I think I'm starting to change my feeling on that word. I know, it's weird. I can't believe it. Okay. And then I simply added, very simply, to and from. And there you go. There you have it, folks. So let me put these little things out here and I can show you what we made, as well as going to see if I can find Mr. Little Snuffleupagus. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. There. And no, I didn't get Sunshine. Hold on. Okay, I have to present to you Mr. Sunshine.
Hello, everybody. Junior Cub Pup Reporter here, Sunshine reporting for the paper Outpost. I was on duty and I was preventing the couch from floating away, and it did not float away on my duty. So I did kind of move from one end of the couch to the other, and just to make sure it stayed down, and it did. It stayed down, and I really feel I'm very good at my job. It has never floated away. It hasn't even got a foot off the ground. And okay, so there was a bird to be barked at. Not our bird, no. This was a bird outside, so it's not our bird. But he was getting a little bit uncomfortably close to this pool screen. You know what I mean? On the other side, looking in at Sunshine. Sunshine was looking back. Sunny, are you looking back? I'm looking back, okay? And I had a bird stare down. I did. I had a bird stare down. And I would just like to say at the end of the morning, Sunshine accomplished its mission. The bird was gone, and there was no more bird of unknown, birdness. So we're fine. Everything's good at the Paper Outpost. And I can't believe it, but she cleaned the craft room. She was in there with the mop and the vacuum and like pulling stuff out of a big trunk for hours. I mean, hours until Sunshine got his next treat. It was hours. Was it an hour? More than that. 2 hours? A little more. 3 hours? I know it was a long time, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a long time, Mom. No treats for Sunshine during that entire fiasco. But Mom strangely has a smile on her face, like she said she went shopping at home. She's got lots of stuff now to play with. Oh boy, you guys are in big trouble. Okay, anything else to say? No, that's about it. How many couches have you prevented from floating away today? Sally, get off the couch. It's time to get off the couch right now. No, you've been laying down too long. You need to move. Okay. Get some blood flow back in those legs, Sally. Come on, you can do it. Okay. All right, everybody, one lap around the house, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Signing off. Thank you very much. This was Sunshine from the Paper Outpost. What? Okay, son. Thank you. All right. So what have we got to tell you? I've got to tell you that the Christmas bundles are in my Etsy shop, chock full of 100 plus pieces of exciting items for Christmas, a handmade element from me. There's a beautiful Christmas napkins and Christmas postcards and Christmas wrapping paper, vintage, gorgeous pieces, and 100 plus things. There's Christmas postage stamps. There's so many things in there. Plus there's I would say it's probably, it's like heavy Christmas with a light smattering of things that you can use all year round. So a little bit of variety in there. No two packs are exactly the same. So there you go. They're a lot of fun and they're available now in my Etsy shop. So what else can I tell you? I have a free monthly emailed newsletter, and it is, it comes out on the 1st, and there's a freebie section at the bottom. There's a checklist of supplies, a note from the bookmaker, which explains what a junk journal is and how to use it. I tuck that into the beginning of my junk journals. Also, a page list of ideas and something else. There's 4 things. I can't think of the 4th thing. Well, there's a lot of cool things. Go check it out. There's also a little blog area where I give you updated tips and tricks on certain things we might be coming up towards in the season, or fun things to think about while you're crafting, as well as updates from me, and any notifications of any specials at the Paper Outpost will be on the newsletter. And also, there was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh yeah, so you do get a free image once a month if you join the newsletter, which is kind of cool. You can print it out and use it any way you like in your artwork. Now, I also have a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is called the Paper Outpost Facebook group, and this page was designed with the idea in mind to inspire you guys from the things that you see me make here on the channel, and also I like to see what you're making out there. So if it's all related, and I give you a prompt every week, and if you belong to the group, it doesn't cost you anything. You just answer a few questions and you're basically in. And just agree to the group rules. The group is monitored. It has an admin and moderators. And also, so with the weekly challenge, I've decided to go ahead and post a picture that you can download. So there's a little bit of an enticement to join the group. And it's fun because it's great to, always see me making stuff, but I want to see what you guys make. Plus, you guys are amazing creative artists, or you're just somebody brand new learning the ropes and having fun. So lots of fun things. Maybe you've got questions. A lot of questions have been answered in the group for people.
So kind of think about that. And it's a special place for people who want to gather and share what they've made from the ideas from the paper outpost. So that's what that is. But now you're saying, well, wait a minute. I love the idea, but I don't really want to join a Facebook group. And that's fine too. So if you still want to participate in the weekly challenge, I'm going to mention what the weekly challenge is here. And all you do, if you want to make a YouTube video of what you made, instead of posting it in the group, you can do that and just put in the title at the Paper Outpost Challenge. And then that way I'll be able to find you. So you have two alternatives there. But if you join the group, you will have access to those extra pictures. Okay. There's also a monthly challenge. Yes, there is. And what else can I tell you? Other exciting things going on. That's good for now. I think that's good for now. So my videos come out Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time. My podcast, which new audio material comes out on Tuesdays. And there's lots of video podcasts that are uploading all throughout the week. Also, you can watch those on Spotify, but the audio you can listen to on any podcast platform. I think it's on most of them out there now. And also, I have an Etsy shop if you're interested in journals and bundles and kits and fundles. They're available for purchase through there when I have them available. And I do put my journals up for sale in different ways. Sometimes I'll do a video flip through and I'll post it here on the YouTube videos, and that way everybody can have at it and see if they can grab it. I like to give the folks who may not necessarily wake up at that time and they don't live on the East Coast and timing might be different in that, or maybe you shop at night and you're not a morning person. So sometimes I'll just sneak a journal in the Etsy shop. Sometimes I'll just make a post in the community tab about there's a journal in the Etsy shop. And somebody just bought one because they saw it on one of my Instagram posts that a journal was available. So the last journal sold, it was the white one with all the texture pieces glued onto it, sold because somebody saw it on Instagram. So keep an eye on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, Facebook group. Those are the places that it will pop up if there's one for sale. And I try and randomize it a little bit just for variety and give everybody a shot. And what else? I sell DigiKits, which are printable, downloadable images like these. They come on pages of 5 pages full of images, different images all throughout, different sizes, and different themes: birds, Victorian, dragonflies, butterflies, mushrooms, forest creatures, Victorian times, you name it. There's over 350 now. And I actually made 6 this month because I got so excited about a Christmas one. I wanted to sneak it in there too. So I had the normal 5, not the normal 5, but the 5 I made for this month. And then I made a Christmas one, which is a little different than my other one. So it's a pink Christmas. So I've done a pink Christmas tree several times, and I really liked it. It was nice. So if you're into pink Christmas, this might be one for you. And also, if you like the DigiKit idea, but you don't have a printer or don't like to print, I have an option for you. It's called the print and mail option. All you do is buy the print and mail option. And then you send me the list of the 10 DigiKit names through Etsy message. I only need the first 2 to 3 words per name, so I know which one you're talking about. I have a lot that start with flower, so if you could give me the second word, that would be really helpful. And that's all you do. You don't need to buy those individual DigiKits. Just buy the print and mail option, and that you will get 50 printed pages on nice lightweight cardstock mailed to you, free priority mail shipping included with that. Okay. And also, I have an Amazon shop and a merchandise shop. If you like the phrase, create with reckless abandon, and everything is a craft supply until proven otherwise. You can get that on a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a zipped hoodie, a mug tote, or water bottle. Yes, my mug is now holding my acetone to thin my glue. What else? Merchandise shop is t-shirt, sweatshirt, zipped hoodie, mug tote, or water bottle. I think I just said that. Okay. And then you can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook group. Come and join our Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun over there doing weekly and monthly challenges. And thank you to the admin and mods for helping us maintain a safe, happy, and focused environment. Keep everybody moving forward and inspired and see what we're making. It's very inspirational to me to see what you guys are making because you guys give me so many ideas. You have no idea. We all get inspired from each other. So thank you for your participation, and I can't wait to see what you post. And remember, most of all, that fun can be simple, and create with reckless abandon. Everybody, take care. We'll talk next time. Bye.